Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for all of you to view our page and please like our page, our world, uh, sorry, World Halal Tourism Exchange. Thanks a lot. Okay, for today, we will discuss with our speakers and have some question and want to know about Turkey. Okay, with him. Okay, right. So again, thank you for viewing, for follow, and don't forget to like this page and spread to your friend, and then please comment below and ask question to our speakers for today. If you have a question, just ask him. Inshallah, he will answer. All right. So, World Halal Tourism Exchange virtual today is bringing live from Istanbul, Turkey, with Mr. AKIF Unasir. How are you, AKIF Unasir?
Thank you very much. Fine.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yeah,
Good evening from Istanbul. It's going to
yeah.
be iftar soon. Around 2 hours later, it will be iftar time in Istanbul.
Oh, so now in Malaysia it's 11 p.m. and in Turkey is 6 p.m., isn't it?
Correct. 6 p.m. in the evening, and then
Uh-huh.
the Adhan it will be around 8:20 p.m.
Oh,
Local
it's
time.
more, two
We are
hours more.
fasting alone.
Huh? Okay. Thank you for joining our Sustainable Tourism Talk Show for today. And New Era for Tourism After Pandemic is our title for
Yes.
discuss today, inshallah. And before we start, and before I ask Mr. Akif Unasir, we can introduce him to all of you. He is a man who is an expert in tourism business with 25 years of experience and handling travel group from all over Southeast Asia. So you have a go around world.
Yes, I've been to Malaysia
Hmm.
around 40 over times,
Mm-mm.
Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Cambodia, and so on.
Wow.
We,
So
we
which
are.
which which country you didn't been yet?
I haven't been to Korea and Japan. These two. We
Oh,
don't.
Korea.
Yeah, Korea and Japan. We don't handle Korea and Japan. All
Uh-uh.
the other countries we do handle in Southeast Asia.
But in Korea, most of them is from Turkey, isn't it? Travel and staying there.
No, there are lots of Koreans coming to Turkey as well,
Oh, okay.
but Koreans work only with Koreans. I think it is similar in Malaysia as well. So the travel agents in Turkey who are handling Koreans, they are also from Korea. So they live
Oh,
here, they open their own travel agent, they speak Korean language,
oh,
so they do business with themselves instead of doing
okay.
business with locals.
Okay, and the last and the least for introduction, Mr. Akif Unasir. He's the founder of Comfort Tour in Turkey and member of GTS Travel Group. Can you share about GTS Travel Group, Mr. Akif Unasir?
Yes, the GTS Travel Group is mainly the operators from Mediterranean.
Mm-hmm.
The countries covered by Jordan, Israel, Egypt, Turkey,
Okay.
Greece, and then the group handles mainly again Southeast Asians who are traveling to these Mediterranean countries,
Mm-hmm.
and that we are having partnerships among each other, and
Okay.
then those people from Southeast Asia, including Malaysia, Indonesia, the travel agents work with the GTS group for, for these destinations.
Okay, thank you for the sharing about the GTS server group. Okay, Mr. Akif Unasir and all the viewers, followers, the objective of this talk show to get industry only insight from tourism expert with regard to current situation, and also to brainstorm industry need solution and new ideas for the future of travel, and to talk about new technology, motivation, and listen to expert perspective on how digitization can bring the industry to post-pandemic way of operation. Okay, all right, Mr. Akif Nasir, are you ready for the question?
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay, we can you can share everything with us for tonight because of all the Malaysian and all the viewers from Singapore, Indonesia, maybe from India, UAE,
Yep.
okay, and some of country they're joining our video for tonight. So you can share everything. Okay, so we go to the first question. So, Mr. Akif, how's the situation of COVID-19 in Turkey right now, and when you expected it will turn normal?
Okay. Turkey is one of the last countries which was influenced by COVID-19.
Okay,
Until the beginning of March, there was very, very few cases. Even the first case was at 4th of March.
okay,
And by the beginning of March, the government get very efficient and strong precautions. But because Turkey is a big country and there are people traveling worldwide to Turkey, of course, it affected, and then the numbers increased. At the moment, we are going down from the peak point, and the government expects and Ministry of Health expects by the end of May to have zero death among the COVID-19 influenced people.
okay.
At the moment, it is per day now dropped to 60, 65,
Percent
and
or 65%?
65% death per day.
Oh,
And
65%. Okay.
per day, and then the numbers dropping every day. So by the end of the month, there won't be any death expected, and by June, the life will turn into normal. At the moment, we have shutdowns at weekends and weekdays. Those youngsters below 20 and
Mhm.
elders above 65 cannot go out. You can't travel to other cities unless you have the permission, either by your car or by public transport. You can't travel unless you have the permissions. But 28 May onwards,
Mhm.
the life will turn to normal.
Okay, inshallah. That is your opinion or your
Yeah,
expectation.
I mean, for the moment, for the numbers shown, where we are expecting by 28 May onwards, we will turn to normal.
Okay. When I look the statistic COVID-19 in Turkey, on the April maybe, yeah, April, on April 50,000 got a pandemic COVID-19.
Yeah, correct.
So now, how many?
It is almost 100,000.
100,000.
Yeah,
And that's from there,
and total death is 2,900.
2,900. So, inshallah, I hope and we hope your expectation will be.
Yeah, because Turkey is a big country, and then
Yeah.
the pandemic spread very fast in March and April. Okay, even loss
Mhm.
of precautions. The population of Turkey is very big, and there were people traveling from abroad to country, especially from Saudi Arabia. For those who were doing Umrah,
Mhm.
we brought in lots of COVID positive Umrah visitors to Turkey. So
Mhm.
that was one of the case, and there were lots of Turks who were traveled back from Europe to Turkey, and that caused to increase the numbers. Hello? Okay, I think the line cut down. I continue. The second question will be when the travel line starts business and normal. At the moment, Turkish Airlines suspended all the local international flights till 28 May. And by 28 May, Turkish Airlines will start all the domestic and international flights, which will be the starting point for the travel line. And after that, the hotels will be starting operating as well. And first expected the domestic travel movement, and by June, mid-June, we are expecting first the Europeans from Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and all the other European countries. And after that, Russians. And then, personally, I'm expecting travelers from Southeast Asia, Japan, and China by September onwards. As it will take some time for traveling from Southeast Asia. Okay, Mr. Shai Dasman is back. So
I'm so sorry because my laptop is already hanging.
Okay,
sure.
I replied the second question, so we
Okay.
can continue from third one. Yeah.
Okay. What will be the change of COVID-19 to travel line? Will it be new era for travel industry?
Definitely. Because for the few months, maybe up to 1 year, by June onwards, the people will be still worried of COVID-19, and then everyone will still keep social distance, would like to keep social distance. So this will cause lots of new changes. Like as you will see, small groups will move. So instead of big coaches, big groups traveling together, doing group tour, I'm sure there will be more of small groups we call FITs would like to travel family trips, 2 people, 4 people, 6 people.
But Master Akif,
Yeah.
when we think about Malaysia, we still cannot go out. For example, in this Idul Fitri, we cannot going back
Yeah,
to
correct.
our village and cannot go back to hometown because we're scared of this COVID-19, isn't it? So, what do you think about another country, okay, to travel to your country? Because maybe Turkey already open for the traveler visitors to come to Turkey, but another country means, for example, in Malaysia, cannot go out, cannot travel to your country. So, what do you think about that?
Okay, I mean, it's the same for Turkey. For this Eid al-Fitr, also the government restricted to travel. So I'm expecting Malaysians to travel to Turkey earliest by September. So I don't expect any travelers in June, July, August, which is actually a low season, hot. But by September onwards, first we will see small groups, family trips will start to travel. Business trips, definitely,
Yeah.
because the life is going on. The business travelers, there will be business travelers, and I'm sure there will be lots of family trips starting by September onwards. And the Turkish Ministry of Tourism started new regulations to hotels
Mm-hmm.
for cleaning purposes and the new procedures to host tourists. So the cleaning will become one of the major important things. There will be new certifications for the hotels, and I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
people will be very concerned of cleanliness at the hotels and
Yeah.
also in the transports. So there will be less public transport will be used at the new era for tourists.
Okay, for
Definitely.
Asia, in Asia, Mr. Akif, in Singapore, I think it's increasing the COVID, the pandemic. In
Yeah.
Indonesia, still increasing the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Correct.
So do you think this will be effect, this COVID-19 will be effect to your country in tourism line?
Definitely, it has already affected quite seriously. I mean, the business dropped down to since February, it dropped down to 75, 80%. Quite a number of hotels have been closed in Istanbul. The hotels closed. I mean, they closed till end of May, and then Turkish Airlines and then other domestic airlines also
Yeah.
suspended the operations. So there are lots of people unemployed, and then it affected economy quite seriously because Turkey depends on tourism a lot. It is one of the most important sectors. The government subsidized a
Mm-hmm.
certain amount, but of course it is not enough. But we all hope and we all know that this will end soon, which the scientists also say. So
Mm-hmm.
at the new era uh, of travel, the major thing will be cleaning. Okay, at every part of the travel for a
Okay.
long while. I think at least for another 1 2 years, the people will
Mm-hmm.
be very concerned about cleaning, and they will be very concerned about traveling in small groups. Because they'll be scared, still be scared of, infected or to be infected from others.
Okay. So, what is your company plans for new era after COVID-19?
Okay, I mean, we would like to plan more for first to focus on small groups, family trips, because it will be very difficult that the people uh, want to travel with
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 people together. And also the company trips will be still will be very troublesome. So we will start to promote for small groups, family trips of 4 people, 6 people, 8 people, and at least there will be some tours moving on, and we need to still wait for incentives for company trips,
Yeah.
maybe for another 6 months more
Mm-hmm.
for the next year. So our concentration will be for small groups and uh, less tiring trips for the families.
Okay. So, do you agree? In 2020, uh, we can do anything,
Yeah, yeah,
or you
definitely.
plan
Because
for 2021?
I am sure we will do because personally, I'm also very bored at home, and everyone is bored, and everyone postponed their annual trips. So you can't. I mean, after the serious uh, infection leaves the countries
Mm.
at a certain point, we will see definitely people will start traveling because
Okay.
that's the part of the life. You can eat, you can live, but after a time you would like to move somewhere else. So I'm very positive about it. I mean, yes, we will not be back to into normal numbers, maybe another 1 year, but at least 40%, 50% of the people will start to travel. I expect by September onwards.
By September onwards.
Yes.
Okay, so can you share your hope to all of the viewers and followers to come to Turkey and you're planning for them in Turkey? Maybe you have, yeah, as you said, you have planning for the small travelers, small team, or small group, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Small group.
you share with us in 2 3 minutes before we end our talk show?
Yes. Firstly, that I know everyone is worried. I mean,
Yeah.
life and health is the most important part, of course. But this COVID-19 is
Mhm.
not something new. I mean,
Yeah.
it is very similar to other types of flus. It has just become popular. I mean, the people who lost their lives are mostly elderly, as you
Mhm.
know, and who are having other diseases, other sicknesses, and those are the mainly the casualties at this period. And I'm sure by within the 3 4 months time, there will be cure on the market
Mhm.
against COVID-19, and then it can be either vaccine or others, and we will see there will be less numbers, so people will be more encouraged to travel. Okay,
Yeah.
and it is not only for Malaysians to travel to Turkey or Indonesians to travel to Turkey, but it's wise for the Turks who are traveling to Malaysia as well, because there are many Turks traveling to overseas, to Singapore, to Malaysia, to Indonesia, Thailand, and everyone is holding their trips at the moment. And please do not forget that there are millions of people who are surviving with travel industry,
Yeah.
not only me, my family, but there are millions of them. In Turkey, there are over 12 million people who are working in travel related businesses. And I'm sure there are 2 3 million people in Malaysia who are working in this line. So we should not just avoid, of course, we have to take precautions to
Mhm.
travel, but as long as we start to feel safe, then we should start to travel as well
Okay.
for
All right.
for our mental health, as well as we have to consider others as well
Yeah,
who,
of
who,
course.
who are, who are surviving with travel industry.
Yeah. So all of the people who have a business in travel, so they have same situation with with us, right? Okay. So Mr. Akif, before we end our talk show for today, we
Sure.
have a question from Saugat Gautam.
Okay.
Saugat Gautam. Hello, it's Roshi Tour. How to survive tourism business in panic condition?
Okay, of course, we have to minimize the cost for the beginning. That's
Mm-mm.
what we are doing. And then, I mean, some governments in different countries, they are doing some subsidies, like to our government also doing. And then we are minimizing our costs for the following 2 3 months. So in travel line, unfortunately, it is one of the industries which is affected immediately comparing to
Mhm.
others. It can be
Okay.
affected from from terrorism. It can be affected from such pandemic. It can be affected from uh, economics, financial. So of course we need to keep some backup for ourselves for such situations. But the most important thing will be uh, to minimize the cost for the time being for another 2 3 months as well.
Okay. Okay, so before we end our talk show for today, please, guys, ask a question. So we just left 2 minutes now, 1 minute maybe. Okay, so still have a question from Suraya Karsan. Mr. Akif, how can you advise Asian travelers to travel safely and also stay away from the virus, maybe after September, as per se?
Yeah. Okay. I suggest first again to travel with the people that they know. Of
Mhm,
course, they have to take the same precautions at home. I mean, they may bring their masks and then the clothes and move within small groups, okay,
mhm,
because this virus passes from one to another when we have
yeah.
a close uh, relation. So if we, as far as we keep our social distance, you know, then the risk is very little. I mean,
Okay.
personally, me, you, we are also going out every day to go to supermarket
Mhm,
and then go to, grocery, bakery, and then we still have our normal life, daily life. So as
mhm.
long as we keep our social distance, and then take care of hygiene, I assume there won't be any trouble and problem to travel.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Akif USANIR, for the sharing tonight. And then thank you for all of you followers and
Yeah,
our
it
viewers
was.
for today. Thanks a lot. Okay.
You're welcome. It was very good and very nice to talk to you and to share our thoughts. And then I wish happy fasting
Inshallah.
to all Muslim brothers and sisters in Southeast Asia. Inshallah, by the end of Ramadan and Eid, it will be much easier for all of us to get rid
Okay.
of this hard situation.
Actually, Mr. Akif, have you planned to be in Turkey on end this year? But yeah, because of pandemic, I cancel my planning.
Yeah, I mean, we were planning to visit our parents, but I think the government didn't announce. But most probably they will restrict travels during Eid as well. So the schools will open by June, early
Mhm.
June, for a short period, and the life will turn into normal
Mhm.
by mid-June.
Okay. So, Mr. Akif, how to contact you? Maybe our followers want to
Yeah,
contact you.
it's very easy. They
Yeah.
can go to any social media, either Instagram or Facebook, or for website is
Okay.
comforttour.com.tr. Very easy. At Facebook, it is comfort to our Facebook page, comforttour.com.tr, and in Instagram we are at Comfort Tour Turkey. They can follow us and then they can contact us. We are working with almost all the traveling agents in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia.
Mhm. Mhm.
So they can go their travel agents and then their travel agents can contact us as well.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Akif
You're
Husanir,
welcome.
for
You're
sharing
welcome.
tonight. And thank
Yeah,
you.
Ramadan Kareem.
I mean,
Thanks
you too.
you. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye. Okay, thank you for all of you, our viewers, our followers, and please comment and please share this video and please like page World Halal Tourism Exchange and share to all of your friends. Okay, thank you. My name is Shazman Tajuddin, and so, I hope you can give some maybe another slot with another traveler, maybe inshallah after this. Okay, thanks a lot,
Bye
and
bye.
bye bye.